previously on the BN channel. Welcome to the 1986 Gr.B Rally Challenge. Gr.B Rally cars were absolutely super dangerous and super crazy because they were super fast, and there were absolutely no limit on the amount of boost these cars had. So a lot of companies, a lot of manufacturers went crazy with the horsepower back then. Let's enjoy this challenge because it's an absolutely crazy challenge. And of course, you need to follow all the rules. If you want to participate, you need to create your own Gr.B rally car. You need to follow all the rules to submit your car on my Discord before the deadline, and you can participate for a chance, of course, to win this awesome car, which is the Proto 450, a car that was designed by myself to be absolutely super agile, super fast, and super crazy on every rally track in BeamNG.Drive. And now, of course, let's start with this awesome video, because in this video we'll be, of course, driving all of the cars that has been accepted in this challenge, because I mean, unfortunately 21 cars got disqualified because they broke some of the rules. Some of them were really absolutely badly tuned, some of them broke like the sponsorship rules or the engine size rules, unfortunately, and they got disqualified. I mean, better luck next time to all the disqualified cars. But now, of course, we'll be driving all of the accepted cars in this challenge, starting, of course, with this awesome first car. So the first car, it's called the Oedema Oedema 4WF5T. This beast is running with a 444 horsepower, 2.1 liter 5-cylinder turbo. This thing weighs 1075 kilograms and goes from 0 to 100 in 3.6 of a second. Now, of course, all the cars in this challenge, all of them are all-wheel drive. So yeah, now as you can see, the looks is very neat, actually, very simple and very nice to look at as well. Very nice, the assorted sponsorships and aerodynamical features. Looks very 1980s and very beautiful as well. Let's begin. Alright, 1 minute 41.470. That's actually not bad. The car actually felt very good on some corners. It was very nicely controlled. I mean, you can control it very nicely. It's not really scary to drive. The engine is not too bad, and the suspension is actually very good. Very nice start indeed. Alright, let's move on with car number 2 and let's see what's what. Here we go. So the second car, which is looking very unique, it's called the Gr.B 2, that's the name of it. GBR86, that's the name of it. This thing is running with a very unique engine, a 3-liter V16 engine. Yes, a naturally aspirated 3-liter V16 engine. Let's see, making 306 horsepower, weighs 983 kilograms, goes from 0 to 100 in 3.6 of a second. Now, as you can see, the car looks very, very unique with a unique shape, unique fixtures, but it's really not bad. Really not bad at all. I mean, it's not ugly, no, but it's very, very unique, and it drives actually not bad at all. So let's see how this thing runs. Alright, 1 minute 47.653. I'll admit it's much slower than the previous car, and that's of course thanks to its suspension tune. Everything is perfect in this car, but the suspension loved to oversteer and to wrap you around the tree. I struggled really too much with this thing to make this lap, and this is really the best that I could do with it because it's really scary to drive, unfortunately. Nice work, my friend, indeed. Alright, the next car, which is a true piece of art. It's called the Citroen RX 4TC. This thing is making 380 horsepower thanks to its 2.1 liter 4-cylinder turbo. This thing weighs 1,168 kilos, goes from 0 to 100 in 3.9 seconds. That's actually not bad at all. And as you can see, check it out. It looks absolutely like a real replica, like an identical replica of the real Rally Citroen, which is absolutely great. The creator of it spent a ton of time on it, and I love to see this much of attention to details. Nice work, my friend, indeed. And this car deserves a star next to it, indeed. Now, a problem with it, as you can see, every time that I try to load it, well, the car disintegrates. So let's see. Alright, so 1 minute 46.471. Now it's not really super fast, but I do love to drive it. Everything is absolutely perfect, besides one thing, which is the car feels heavy. I mean, you can actually feel the extra weight around corners, but everything else is really spot on. I genuinely love to drive this thing. Sounds good, drives good, and I genuinely love it. Needs a little diet, but it's perfect. Nice work, my friend, indeed. Alright, the third car that we have here, or actually the fourth car, it's called the Elkist WRC Gamma Mark V. That's the name of it. So this thing is running with a 3-liter naturally aspirated V8 engine, a flat plane V8, I think, 390 horsepower, weighs 980 kilos, and goes from 0 to 100 in 3.7 seconds. Now, as you can see, the looks of it is actually tough. It looks like a tough car. It looks sporty. It looks like it's ready to race with all of the crazy looks and sponsor stickers. I love the looks of it. It looks very tough, very mean, and I like that. So I'm really excited to see how this thing will drive. And now, of course, let's see what's what. Oh my god, 1 minute 39.137. What a massive difference. Thanks of course to a specially tuned suspension and, well, a very torquey naturally aspirated engine. That is absolutely a great performance. Yes, I did make some mistakes when I was driving it, but look at the results. Oh my goodness, what a time indeed. Love your work, my friend. What a lovely car indeed. Very nice work, my friend, indeed. Here we go, let's move on with the next thing. Alright, the next car, it's called the Gandini Strato. Yes, that's the name of Strato B-Tipo86/3, that's the name of it. This thing is running with a 351 horsepower, 3-liter naturally aspirated Boxer 6 engine. This thing weighs 381 kilos, goes from 0 to 100 in 4 seconds. Wow, another naturally aspirated beast. And as you can see, this thing looks actually rather beautiful. The colors, the scheme, the headlights, I'm not really proud of them, but everything else is looking very spot on. I love everything on this car. The car looks absolutely beautiful, and we have the Mexico flag on the side, which is very awesome. Let's see how it will drive. right, 1 minute 44.253. That's actually not bad. I mean, yes, I did make some mistakes because this car is really scary actually on some corners, as you may have seen. It was really scary to drive, although it's a naturally aspirated car, but the suspension is really scary, but it's really a nice car to drive. It feels very, very fast, very brutal, and I love it. Nice work, my friend, indeed. Alright, the next car after the Gandini, it's called the Grupo Boosh 2. That's the name of it. Boosh 2? I don't know, that's the name of it. So 317 horsepower, another 3-liter Boxer 6 engine, weighs 1,124 kilos, 5.3 seconds from 0 to 100. Another naturally aspirated Boxer 6. That's going to be really awesome. So as you can see, the car is not really looking that really super pretty to look at. It feels more functional, rather more beautiful. And look at it. It looks more function than beauty. And let's hope it's actually let's hope the story is that way, because I'm not really impressed with the looks, but let's see how this thing will run. Alright, so 1 minute 47.539. I mean, it's not bad. This thing actually drives better than it looks, because I'm sorry, but the looks is not really impressive. But I love how this thing drives. I mean, it may feel slow and the results may look slow, but this thing is really fun to drive. I definitely enjoyed it. So nice work, my friend, but in the future you need more attention to details. Nice work. Alright, so the next vehicle, it's called the Kaimura Rally B. That's the name of it. Let's see, this thing is running with a 445 horsepower, 5-cylinder turbo, 2.1 liter of course, 999 kilos, 3 seconds from 0 to 100. That's actually a on paper, this thing looks like a monster. And as you can see, this thing looks like a compact off-roader, which is really special. And it looks actually very nice. I love the aerodynamical features on the side, the yellow fog lights up front. It looks actually very, very tough, very brutal to drive. And look, those white tires, and there's these special windows on the side. The car looks very, very awesome. Nice work, my friend, indeed. Let's see how it will drive. Alright, so 1 minute 42.316, that's actually a quick time. Although this thing is running with with a ton of horsepower, but you can't really use the horsepower all the time because the suspension wants to wrap you around the tree, which is really unfortunate. I tried my best because this thing is really difficult to drive. This thing oversteers really easy. It looks good, the engine is powerful, but the suspension needs a little tune to make it more safe and more fun to drive. Yes, nice work, my friend, indeed, but you need a little bit of an extra tune on it. Alright, so the next beast that we have here, it's called the Latuzia MA2, that's the name of it. 390 horsepower, let's see, 1.8 liter replica. This is a replica Ford Cosworth 4-cylinder turbo. Now, yes, it's a 1.8 liter, so it maybe not really within the class of this challenge, but since it's a replica, that's why I kept it, because it's a really close replica from the Ford Cosworth 4-cylinder turbo. This thing weighs 985 kilos for 4.4 seconds from 0 to 100. Now, it has a replica engine, and as you can see, it looks absolutely breathtaking. Let's see how it will drive, because I'm sure it's going to be absolutely awesome. Wow, I'd really love to drive this thing. Now, this thing may be not the fastest car here, but it's super stable. I mean, really super stable. And it drifts, it slides really easily. I love to drive this thing. The suspension is really a work of art. But the gear ratios, I'm not really impressed with them because first gear feels really useless. So yeah, I'm not impressed with the gearing, but the car is an absolute work of art in its looks and in its drivability. I genuinely love it. Nice work, my friend, indeed. Alright, the next beast here, it's called the KAG Mistral, that's the name of it. 388 horsepower, 2.1 liter 5-cylinder turbo. Let's see, this thing weighs 1038 kilograms, 3.6 seconds from 0 to 100. That's actually not bad at all. Now, as you can see, this car actually looks rather beautiful, actually. It's not really too bad to look at. It has some nice square aerodynamical features. It looks very 1980s, which I really like, you know, period correct, and it's really awesome. Let's see how this thing will drive. I'm really excited to see how this thing will drive because it looks actually very beautiful. Here we go. Alright, so 1 minute 46.027. Now I have to say this thing actually drives fine, but unfortunately there's an issue with its suspension. It's really soft. It's like rally driving a Rolls Royce. It feels really unpredictable on some corners. Suddenly the car bumps and you know like a softy comfy land yacht, and then you don't know, it goes right, it goes left. So yes, the suspension needs some attention. But nice work, my friend, indeed. Here we go. So the next car, it's called the let's see, the next car is called the LSR 2140T. That's the name of it. 352 horsepower, 2.1 liter V6 turbo, 4.2 seconds from 0 to 100, and it weighs 1069 kilos. All right, a V6 turbo. Let's see how this thing will run. And as you can see, before we drive it, let's see, the car actually looks very tough, also very 1980s, you know, latest 70s, later 70s looks, which is really awesome and angry, and it's really rough, which is what I really like to see. I'm looking at the right height. It feels a little bit low, but who knows? Let's see how this thing will drive. Alright, so 1 minute 47.348. It feels slow, to be honest with you, and the engine struggles. I mean, you can feel how the V6 is really struggling to keep those turbos running. Also, the first gear feels really useless, unfortunately. I mean, even when you shift to second gear, the engine just bogs down and you can't really move anywhere. But in general, nice work, my friend, indeed. Alright, gentlemen, the next car, it's called the Owl Motors. That's the name of it. There's no other name. The Owl Motors, 374 horsepower, 3 liter V10, which is a naturally aspirated engine, 998 kilos, 3.8 seconds from 0 to 100. That's actually not bad at all. That's actually not bad at all. Here we go. So as you can see, the car looks boxy, I'll have to say. It looks like a 3-door hatchback, a 2-door hatchback, a boxy hatchback, which is really not bad considering the era. And well, there's nothing else to talk about. It looks like a rally car, but not too rough, not too, you know, sophisticated or, you know, expensive to look at. It looks basic and it looks rather good, actually. So let's see how it will run. All right, so 1 minute 44.065. That's not bad actually. It felt much faster than what I expected for the looks of it. But the engine actually felt really nice. The gearbox is beautiful. The suspension is really not bad. The drive is really fun. I had so much fun driving this thing. It felt really stable. Nice work, my friend, indeed. All right, gentlemen, the next car, it's called the, let's see, the next car is called the Fonox, according to my friend when he told me, Mr. Adax, the Fonox Quattro, that's the name of it. This thing is running with a 464 horsepower, 5-cylinder turbo, 2.1 liter of course, weighs 1013 kilos, goes from 0 to 100 in 4.6 seconds. Now, as you can see, when you look at it, you can actually see some Audi Quattro bits there and there, like the headlights. The front of the car looks very similar to an Audi Quattro, ish, which is really awesome. I like to see some, close things from real cars. The car looks very simple, elegant, and functional. So let's see how to drive. Alright, so it's 1 minute 43.998, which is absolutely actually awesome. Really good. Now, I'll have to say the engine felt really laggy. I think there is a massive turbo on the engine. Also, this type of differentials makes this thing understeers hard, which is not really what you want in a rally car. But in general, I love it. Nice work, my friend, indeed. Alright, the next car, it's called the Sedinki, something like this, Gr.B. This thing is running with a 360 horsepower, 2.1 liter 4-cylinder turbo, weighs 1123 kilos, goes from 0 to 100 in 4.7 seconds. That's actually not bad at all. Now, as you can see, when you look at the car, first glance, you assume it's late 80s, really. It's not really, early 80s or mid 80s. No, it looks like late 80s, but it's not bad. The look actually very nice, looks functional, looks very tough, and simple at the same time. And the specs on paper are actually really not bad at all. So let's see how it will actually run. All right, so 1 minute 46.984. Now I have to say it's a slow car, yes, and that's of course thanks to the no ABS brakes. Now, when you want to choose a no ABS system, you need to use brakes that won't lock very easily. This thing locks very hard and slides into a tree. So yeah, you need to fix that. Alright, so the next card is called the Solo War Bleed, something like this, FQ. This thing is running with a 406 horsepower, 3-liter naturally aspirated V8, a cross-plane V8, which is really special, 998 kilos, goes from 0 to 100 in 3.9 seconds, which is absolutely awesome. Now, as you can see, when you look at the car, it looks actually very nice. I love the attention to details on the sides, the nicely assorted sponsorship stickers, and of course the aerodynamical features, the vents, the indicators. The car looks actually very nice. I have to say, it looks tough, looks functional, and looks very neat and nice at the same time. Let's see how it will drive. Alright, so 1 minute 42.033 for a naturally aspirated cross-plane V8 rally car. This thing actually rips really hard. I kind of like driving it. It's really awesome, sounds brutal, and I mean, you never hear V8 on rally courses anymore. That is absolutely awesome. I really enjoy driving it. Suspension is nice, the gearbox is nice, the engine is a piece of art, and the car actually looks beautiful. Nice work, my friend, indeed. Alright, gentlemen, the final car that we have here, it's called the STRB5. That's the name of it, the 15th car, the STRB5. This thing is running with a 366 horsepower, 2.1 liter 4-cylinder turbo, weighs 997 kilos, goes from 0 to 100 in 4.6 seconds. That's actually not bad at all. Now, when you look at this thing, it looks like I'm not gonna say a Toyota AE86 inspired rally car, but it's somewhat close to it if you remove the pop-up headlights. But it's really not bad. It looks actually very good. The ride height is somewhat high, but it looks very neat, basic, and cool to look at. So let's see how it will drive. Alright, so 1 minute 40.663. That's actually came very close. Wow, it's very close, which is absolutely awesome. I really loved to drive this car. It felt very stable. Yes, I mean, I made some mistakes, but it absolutely, this thing drives really awesome. And actually, some of the mistakes help actually making this lap very fast, which is really awesome. But in general, it's really good. The high ride height helped because the springs are hard and the ride height is high, so it really helped really nicely. So really nice work, my friend, indeed. All right, gentlemen, we have all the results, and now of course let's pick our winner and see of course who will win the Proto 450. Alright gentlemen, we have tested and driven all of your awesome cars. I had so much fun driving your awesome crazy creations, and of course better luck next time for the disqualified cars. I mean, I really wish to drive all of them, but some of them broke the rules and I can't just jump over the rules. And now of course this is the winner's bit, and of course the winner of this challenge is the Elkest creator. This awesome Elkest beast won this awesome challenge, scoring a blistering time of 1 minute 39 seconds, which was the quickest time here, with its awesome blistering naturally aspirated engine under the hood, with its awesome suspension setup, and of course with its awesome drivability. This thing is super easy to drive and you can go super fast on any rally surface. I really had so much fun driving this awesome machine, and of course I'll be contacting the creator of it on my Discord to claim his awesome prize, which is of course the Proto 450. Congratulations, my friend. I really appreciate you participating and of course creating this awesome machine for us to drive. Thank you so much for participating, everyone. If you want to download this Proto 450 to your BeamNG.Drive game, it's available right now on my Patreon page, the link in the description below. And of course, if you want to participate in future running challenges, or if you want to submit your own challenge, if you want to participate in current running challenges, all of that is on my Discord, also the link in the description below. And that's pretty much it. Thank you so much guys for watching. Thank you so much guys for participating. As always, if you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up and tell me what you think about those cars in the comment section below. Get subscribed if you are new, and I will see you very soon with more awesome videos and challenges and replicas. And goodbye for now, my friends.